This one sign will let you know that you are operating or close to operating in your God-given assignment. And the answer is no other than spiritual warfare. Now, the greatest example of spiritual warfare, in my opinion, is found in no other than Matthew chapter 4. If you are not familiar with Matthew chapter 4, this is right before Jesus begins his ministry, but also right after his baptism. And I ain't gonna lie, that's a whole Bible study on its own, that chapter alone. There's so much meat and potatoes in there that I won't talk about in this video. But I want you to zoom out and think about what's really going on. Like I said, this is right before Jesus is about to walk in his ministry, step into one of his biggest assignments from God. Before he could fully step into that ministry, spiritual warfare comes lurking at the door. And this shouldn't be any surprise for any believer, right? For as we know, the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Whenever we think of kill, steal, destroy, a lot of people think physically, like the devil's gonna harm your body, or he's gonna take your belongings, or take your car, whatever the case may be. It could be a whole bunch of things, right? But it's also about our mental clarity, but even more important than our mental clarity, which that's a huge crisis in our generation as it is. But the most important one is our faith. And when I say faith, I'm not just talking about your faith in that Jesus Christ is Lord. I'm talking about the faith that you have that you can execute what God has called for you to do as an assignment for the kingdom of God. The reason why this is so important is because whenever you are obedient and you actually go to fill in or to do the assignment that God is calling you to do, it can directly impact other believers, but also it can impact non-believers. And this is the last thing that Satan wants you to do. He doesn't want you to inspire others. He doesn't want you to give people a glimpse of hope. He doesn't want people to even form a relationship with God. But all that goes into proving why spiritual warfare is a key indicator why you are able to know that you are in your God-given assignment or close to operating in your God-given assignment. So the next time you come across spiritual warfare, don't be discouraged. Instead, think about, all right, God, I'm facing this right now, and it seems like the devil's trying to get at me in this type of way. How or what can this mean for me that I need to learn from in order to operate in my God-given assignment? You can also ask questions like, how is this going to build me up in my God-given assignment? You know what I'm saying? You could wrap these things to God and be like, all right, God, sit down and talk to me real quick, because I'm getting attacked from the enemy and I'm a little bit uncomfortable. But in that uncomfortableness, how can this benefit me in my assignment? So remember, next time you get some spiritual warfare, it could be a blessing in disguise that you know that you operate in your God-given assignment. Peace.